Call in by clicking the link in the stream's description. The professor wants to hear from you.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good car.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Isn't it lovely?
Welcome, and thank you for joining me this evening. I am Professor Bear, and this is a Bear's Thought. And today, we are brought to you by my wonderful topic. We're going to talk about Navarro Comics. If you're anything like me, I am a big fan nerd, and I love comic books. I have loved them all my life. As you can tell in the back of me, I got my big Black Panther poster. Navarro Comics, they have so many different comics, graphic novels. They have a wide selection of great products. And also, if you can't get to Knoxville to come to their shop, they have a subscription box where you can get your comics mailed to you. And if you go that route, you get 25% off your purchase. Yes. And if you go and get over $30 worth, the shipping is free. That's Nirvana. Yes. Again, I told you I'm a big nerd, and the professor doesn't lie. I love action figures. Woo! Look at that. It's the nature boy. Really fire. And man, I'm telling you, if you want great action figures memorabilia, tag team toys and collectibles, I tell you, they have a wide range of different collectibles. They have championship belts, they have figures, they have trading cards. In Clinton, Tennessee. Yes. Check out Tag Team. Now, last but definitely not least is Chop Cards and Print on Demand. And I used to read all types of trading cards, football, baseball, basketball, wrestling. I did it all. But I wanted my own, and I couldn't do it. But guess what? Chops have made my dream come true, because Chops, you can have your own personal trading card made by them. Your professor is working on his. I'm getting 18 trading cards for $50. You can't beat that nowhere. Plus, if you use my code BEAR15, you get 15% off your entire order. Now, that's Chops Cards and Print on Demands. Now, guys, girls, my guest today is a wonderful tag team that was recommended to Professor by Miss Betty. Miss Betty, this is for you. Thank you for all your support and everything you do. Now, these two gentlemen, look, generally I do not talk about what happens beforehand, but I have to because these two guys are just too funny. They've been making me laugh. While we're running late is my fault, but they just kept jokes coming and coming and coming. So if they're this type of tag team, you got to see what they do because they are just awesome. Let me introduce Charlie and Xavier, the big guns. Guys, how are y'all doing today?
What's going on, Professor? Thank you so much for having us, man. We're glad to be here.
Hi, it's a genuine pleasure to be here. Hi.
Hello, guys. Oh, one thing
Sorry about all the background. As you can see, we're here at the beautiful Bobby Eaton Arena at NetPro Studios in Kingsport. It's a training night for us, and there's plenty of action going on not too far from us. So we're muting and unmuting, trying to keep this wrangled.
I can hear it, but you know, that is a good thing because that means that y'all take your craft so serious and that y'all want to stay fresh. I love it. So the question I always ask my guests right off the bat is, how did y'all get into wrestling?
You first, amigo.
Me? All right. Well, I've been a lifelong lover of wrestling. Getting into the ring, especially, was actually on account of that guy.
Well, before you go into that, I mean, how did you become a wrestling fan? What was your first interaction with wrestling?
Okay, I did not have cable television and all that stuff growing up. My first interaction, I think, would technically be in my friends in school being like, "Suck it." If I had to guess, that was it. After a while, they started running SmackDown on like the antenna TV, and I got into that real quick.
Xavier, what about you, my friend?
So I'm a little bit older than him, but mine starts back when I was 3 years old. I was coming home from the lake one day with my mom. It was a Saturday, and it was later in the afternoon, and I turned on TV and just happened to be 6:05. And there I saw the Road Warriors. And as a 3-year-old child seeing Hawk and Animal and Paul Ellering, I was like, what in the world is this? And like you talked about comics, like I've always been a lifelong comic fan as well. And I saw what I could only perceive in my mind as supervillains. I'm like, who is going to take on these supervillains? And I was hooked ever since. So I grew up here in the South, and I've always been an NWA and WCW kid through and through. So that was my first foray into wrestling as a fan.
Oh, okay. So now, how did y'all make the journey to get into pro wrestling and getting into the art that we all love?
So for me, once again, being a lifelong fan, I appreciate the craft so much. I wanted to try it out. And I actually have a background in real fighting and theater. And that definitely helped. And about 6 years ago, I went into a local school to us and paid the money. And I learned how to bump and learned how to, as they say, learn the ropes. And my trainer was Dan Jones, Danger Dan Matthews, who was trained by Nightmare Ken Wayne, and Ken Wayne was trained by Mario Galinto. So that's the history of our training. So we're trained in a modified Memphis style. But Dan Jones left that school to open his own. And ever since then, we've been here at Net Pro Studios in Kingsport, Tennessee. And it's been the place for training here, in our area of Tennessee.
That's great. Charlie, what about you, my friend?
All right. So let's see. This was some time ago now. I was working a register and recently found out that I could get a subscription to a streaming service and watch all of the pay-per-views. In this case, WrestleMania for like $10. Which, growing up, WrestleMania, you're talking 50 and up. Easy. And so I was all hyped up on that, just talking to people, as they come through. And lo and behold, here comes Xander Hendrix. And he's like, well, actually, I am a local wrestler. If you're interested in training sometime, let's be in touch. And I was like, that's literally, it's the dream. It's the dream in a big way. So how could I say no to that? And before too long, we're in a boxing ring, learning how to bump, how to roll, how to chain, all that kind of good stuff. And right around the time Net Pro Studios opened up, students 1 and 2 right here.
Cool.
So the fun story about the boxing ring, if I may, there was a time period between our trainer going from the school he was at to opening up his own. There was a time where there was nowhere to go, plain and simple. And in our area, there was no ring rentals, there was nothing. And we found a boxing gym in downtown Johnson City that for $100 a month let us have 2 hours a week. And you can't do a whole lot in a boxing ring, but it is a 20 by 20. And I got to teach them ring awareness and just little stuff. And luckily they had pads everywhere. So we would put pads down. So basic back bump, stuff like that. But a lot of people that would have been easily discouraged, that would have been the end of their journey. Like, oh, well, I guess I'm done. So no, we made our own for a little while, which is a bit better than backyard, I'd say. So
I didn't have a history with that before.
Oh, well, you have to talk about that. There, you brought that up.
Oh man, well, there's nothing quite like bumping on the ground. That's let's see, you can't see them because they're way up here, but I've got 7 or 8 staples from back in the day.
Oh God.
I'm glad I can walk, brother. I landed right on my head attempting a blockbuster, and that was bad. I very well could have broken my neck, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been a huge Mick Foley fan for since I've been into wrestling. I've always been a big fan of his and read his books, and him reminiscing in those about all the backyard stuff, and like, oh yeah, I learned how to bump by just throwing myself on the ground. I was like, I can do that. And yeah, I mean, it's good to be tough.
So you quickly found out, that probably wasn't the best idea.
I mean, not as quickly as you would think. I'd say it's probably true that anybody who does what we do has a screw loose or two.
So,
not I.
So here's my question, and this is for me and my fans, because what is the difference between the wrestling ring and the boxing ring?
Ropes. So, other than number of ropes, obviously, the biggest difference is how it's constructed. A boxing ring, there is pillar, at least the one that we were using, there was pillars every few feet under the boards. So there's no give, there's no spring. It's just boom, you're hitting hard. Now, a wrestling ring, contrary to popular belief, it is not a trampoline. In fact, if it is a trampoline, it's made of metal and it's designed to kill you. So a wrestling ring is built in like a T-frame where you have metal support, and boards supported down the line. That's
Right.
what it gives a little bit of the flex, but good Lord, a boxing ring is like falling on the ground.
Mm.
Not ideal.
If you take the canvas off a wrestling ring, it basically is constructed very similar to like your outdoor deck with no floor joists.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Good job, Bob.
So-
Yeah.
Um,
Good thing.
so y'all, okay. So basically, Charlie, you owe Xander your career.
Yeah.
So when y'all started your journey and got in and was like, okay, wow, I'm doing this. Tell me about your first match and how you were feeling about it.
Our first match as a tag team.
No, just getting into the business. Then we'll go into the tag team.
First.
So my first match ever, I was a unnamed ninja on a wrestling YouTube show, and I was the biggest ninja you've ever seen. I was 6'7", 230 pounds. Your typical Japanese stereotype, but yeah. I was promptly put down in 5.5, 6 seconds by my trainer because he was literally bell ring. I jump in. He catches me with a spine buster into a Texas cloverleaf, taps immediately. So, yeah,
That's one hell of a way to make free.
Welcome to school.
yeah. Welcome to the business, kid. Yeah, yeah. Bang.
Oh God. Charlie, what about you?
All right. My first match was working for a local indie fed that will not be named. And so I go out and I'm introduced as this is my first match, and the crowd is behind me. And then out come the tag team champions, who are assholes. Can I say that? Sorry.
This is a family show, brother. Family show.
They are bungholes. And is that better? And so they're talking about we don't care about your first match. We want to have our match. We want to go home. So it's 2-on-1, and I don't know what I'm doing. I get thrown out of the ring. I bang my legs up fiercely on my way out. So I'm like limping away. And here comes the heavyweight champion of the company. And he says, nope, turn around, kid, it's me. That was my first match. Tag match.
Wow. Oh wow!
This place was some real professionals, though. I had a match there one time. I paid admission, sat down in the crowd, and it was like 3 or 4 minutes before a bell, and like the promoter's frantic, like, and I'm like, what did I do? And he was like, "Are you a wrestler?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're on in 10. I'm like, I don't even know you. What is going on here? Yeah, a real classy joint. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah. We get a lot of fun ones out here in Tennessee.
So
At least in our part, we get some fun ones.
well, I'm laughing because I like I told y'all, I'm from Knoxville. So yeah, I've been to a few that I'm like, oh Jesus, they don't know what they're doing. Why did I waste my damn time? I get it. So tell me,
Living and learning.
say again.
Living and learning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So tell me how y'all became a tag team.
Dangerous man. We're getting ready to get in on the show. and he looks at us, and we're very similar height and build. And he's just looking at us back and forth. He's like, you guys, you're a tag team. And, you know, I will defer to the brains of the operation. And so that's that's how.
So where we were student 1 and 2 for a long time before we had a active group that came in here every day of the week training, we were together training, you know, before NetPro was open to, you know, when we started rolling, you know, we were always working together. We were always doing spots together where we're similar size. You know, we like doing stuff that most people our size couldn't or wouldn't do, but where we're working with guys that are our size, you know, we were always together working. So we knew each other's moves pretty well. We are similar in size and height, but we have 2 slightly different wrestling styles, and I think it worked really well.
Cool.
Much like the Basham brothers, actually. So we've had seminars with Doug Basham, who is very high up in the OVW system. So he was explaining that to us, where actually he feuded with Danny Basham in OVW before they got put together as a tag team on WWE.
Yes, I do remember that. That was about the time I was really big into OVW, and yeah, I remember them feuding. So y'all hung out, y'all trained, and y'all became a tag team. Who came up with the name the Big Guns?
It's kind of a collaborative thing. We were the biggest guys usually at a show, and then just kind of stuck.
Now, this is I'm sitting here talking to y'all. Charlie, you're gonna kill me probably when I tell you this.
Uh-oh.
Has anybody told you that you could be Christian's brother?
Wait,
I've
you
gotten
mean
a few.
Edge? Wait, Edge? That's his brother, right?
No, he's Christian. He is Christian clone.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I've gotten Necro Butcher a few times.
And I've been sitting here this whole time waiting on you to start talking about
Your
you know
peeps.
what? I could be anybody's father, and
What's the capital? Bangkok.
You know, mysteries of life. You never know.
So y'all did y'all first tag match together. After
What
the
a
match,
fun one.
what was going through your minds?
For me, is I can't believe we won.
Yeah, not dying was amazing because our first real show match as a team was against Dangerous Dan and Crazy Steve, who wrestles for TNA, wrestles AAA. Like he's an international, you know, wrestler. Like he's on TV.
Wow.
So yeah, all weekend they were just like, "Hey, you're." So I remember the story of that. I was at an AEW show when they were doing their very brief house run trial. I mean, this is very brief. My trainer messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I got a match for you on Saturday." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Who with?" And he goes, "It's going to be you and Dan versus me and Crazy Steve." And I'm like, "Oh, great." So I have 3 days to get my last will and testament ready because he's just going to destroy us. And then we get there, and about 10 minutes before the show starts, he's like, "Well, you guys are going over." I'm like, What? So 3 days of thinking that I was just going to get my face chewed off. So, yeah.
Oh wow. So I imagine y'all were saying y'all been there even before NetPro started. How do y'all feel about being the I'm trying to think of the right word, being veterans for Net Pro.
It has its moments. I am the original student. I've been here pretty long. It's good and bad. Sometimes it's bittersweet, if you will. You get a lot of people that come in, they want to live their dream, they pay the money, and some people have it, and unfortunately, sometimes people don't. But we bend over backwards, like where we're the original students. We love to help people. Like we love to help them as much as we can, give them advice if it's warranted, because you don't want to be that guy that's always like, this is how I would do it. No, you let them.
Also the work, like some people are tough, they're ready to put the work in and get better. Some people think it's going to be a walk in the park and they limp out of here and they don't come back.
Yeah, that's very true.
I got a chance to go to Dallas first time this year, and I was at a wrestling school, and my one of my best friends, he was doing the training, and I was sitting there and I was just amazed on how a lot of those students had the grit. And this one particular young lady, you could tell she was giving it her all. Come to find out, she had been in that class, I think they said 5 years. She would not give up. And she does she's their security, but she was trying so hard, and she they were doing one particular move that it just freaks her out, and you could tell, but everybody there was just so encouraging to her, and she finally got it and did it. But I was so impressed by just the work that they do and was trying. And I think a lot of times people really don't understand the dedication y'all put into the craft, and they're so dismissive, like, oh, I could do that after I've been drinking my beer all day and I go slap him around and all that. But y'all, I definitely will say, seeing it firsthand, y'all are some real legitimate, hardworking athletes, and I appreciate y'all.
There is something that I've said with a lot of students that have come in here that I've seen. There's some people that have had a hard life that no one has ever told them, I believe in you. And sometimes you have to tell people to shut your brain off and do a move. I believe in you. And that's all it takes sometimes. There are people that it's like an exercise of the mind. You have to tell them, you can do this if you put your mind to it and want to put the work in. There's so many people that want to quit. There's so many people that have that mentality of, well, I tried one time, I guess I'm done. Why? Like you said, there's a lady that's been doing it for 5 years. I don't know when it'll click, but if she stays with it, it's gonna click and she's gonna get it. We're gonna turn on TV and see her. It's a matter of, it's not if, it's when. And
even if it doesn't for her, my philosophy is, you never gave up. You can, and there's more to do in wrestling than just being a wrestler. There's so much people do not realize. Like, you could be a valet, you can be a manager, you can be security, you can be a referee. It's so much more. And I always say that wrestling is the unsung team sport. So
I can definitely see that, because if you peel back the curtain a little bit, it is a giant team. I mean, in theory, the entire locker room is all one team in a way.
Yeah. Now, how long have y'all been team now?
5 years? How long?
At a full competitive level, yeah, maybe. If we're staring off at different areas, yeah, I don't know where the camera's positioned.
Right,
but,
right.
Yeah, it's been quite a few years. It's been a fun ride. Been an interesting ride.
Definitely.
So, I'm gonna just go off of a limb. I'm taking y'all to tag team champions before.
Yes, we have. We captured gold not that long ago for one particular federation, WASP, WASP, Wrestling All-Star Promotions in Mountain City, Tennessee. We are their current tag team champions, as well as two other championship belts that we have at the moment. He is the BTTG champion, and I am the MLF champion.
So I'm missing something because Charlie is over just cracking the hell up. So tell me what I'm missing, Charlie.
Go ahead, tell him, Charlie.
We're keeping it family friendly.
No, you're free. Like I said,
Free.
Free. I already got the disclaimers up and everything.
Go ahead, tell him.
All right. So Hendrix left a letter out. He is the MILF champion, whereas I am the Big Titty Goth Girl champion.
These are real belts.
Yeah.
We found them. They're our belts. Yeah.
They're as real as we want them to be. You know what I'm saying?
Well, people are already challenging us for the belts, so it counts for something.
There you go. With being tag champions and doing your thing, what's the best thing about your tag partner?
Oh, it's my turn. I get to start?
Yeah.
The best thing about my tag partner, can I give you three? He's a tough son of a bitch. I've seen this man wrestle a lot of matches in a lot of pain. And he goes and he dominates and he entertains. That's what we're here to do. And that's the big one. That's the big one. As a human being, I don't know anybody who's got his patience and supportive nature. Not only that I've experienced as a student, but like when we're training other people or training with other people here at the school. My fuse is not that long. It's a little shorter. But the long fuse is absolutely a virtue. Number three, since I said three, it's the cooperative nature. We do a lot of things, and it's not necessarily going to be one guy's idea. We put things together, and that's why it works.
Cool. Xavier?
You're all right. No, I'm playing. No, I'll do three as well. I feel that not only as a friend, tag partner, and human being, I feel that he fills that part of me that I don't have or I don't have the capability of in the ring sometimes. I think that's why we mesh so well, is for where he exceeds, I may not, and where I exceed, he may not. But together, we come together to make, the team. Being a showman definitely helps. Yeah, that's my number two. Where I come from a theater background, he comes from a music background, and just reading a crowd, grasping a crowd, he gets so well how to read people in that manner, in the palm of the hand, if you will. So that's definitely a plus. And then, sometimes, like you said, like being a cooperative unit, it's not just the me show or the him show, it's us. And wrestling, you hear so many times of, tag teams that it's, a lot of people know Ricky Morton. Not a lot of people know Robert Gibson. Yes, they are the Rock and Roll Express, but when, you think of the one guy sometimes, or look at, Edge and Christian, they immensely popular, but, David Heath, Gangrel, he was wrestling longer before them, and at the time, maybe a better wrestler than them, but people remember the one. So I would say, we're a good team. I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I don't want to feel like I'm gushing about my best friend.
So, so what I gather from what both of y'all said, that y'all are a true tag team. Y'all know each other. Y'all actually enjoy each other's company. You're not just a book tag team to say, okay,
we're not the Beatles. We leave the show and we're still friends.
Yeah, it's
and that means so much. I mean, it shows in your work. It shows into what y'all do, that y'all are legitimate friends versus, like I said, the random tag team that thrown together that guys don't like each other. They don't put the effort in.
And people can tell really quick if chemistry is there. As Enzo Amore used to say, you can't teach that. So, you can't teach chemistry. You can't chemistry as a human, not chemistry as the textbook chemistry. You can't teach that.
If y'all had to compare yourself to a tag team, what would be the closest tag team that y'all could be compared to?
We get Edge and Christian on a regular basis.
We do get that, minus the hair on my part. So we do get that from fans quite a bit. Like it is not uncommon for us to be sitting at our table during intermission at a show and people say, "You remind me of someone," and it goes right into E and C.
Can we do a 5-second pose?
Yeah, for the benefit of the people with flash photography.
And just hanging with this little time with y'all, yes, easily. Like I again, I'm just waiting on Charlie. Like, I can tell you lost your father. Come on, Professor Bear. Let me be your dad.
Never mind.
If you leave
that low-hanging fruit right on my ground.
I mean, if you had to give an answer other than Edge and Christian, what would it be?
I mean, we've also gotten a lot of. I don't know, because I'll study our matches, but at the same time, I'm not watching it in the same way that I would watch somebody else's match. And thinking about it, they got that vibe. This is what they're doing. Other people have compared us, not just Edge and Christian. We get yes now and then. Which I think all of this is just because we're funny. We're entertainers and we're having a great time.
And that's so important to legitimize yourself. And this is just my opinion, of course. I think when you have that either you have the killer instinct of just taking your matches very over seriously, or you just having fun. Either one of those shows how well you are into the business and you really want to entertain. And again, to me, you can tell that even the way you walk into a ring says a lot.
Oh yeah,
and
most definitely.
I think because and as much wrestling that I consume, God, how much wrestling I consume. I definitely watch wrestling in a different manner, especially when I'm there live. sometimes I get so caught up into the crowd versus the match because I like to see how you have, if you have the crowd in the palm of your hands, if you're nervous, whatever. And I think
Crowd matters.
yes,
Most definitely.
and I think you can lose the match 5 seconds, but 5 seconds the bell rings and you can immediately lose the crowd.
You have to be able to entertain. I say this a lot to not just students. I say this to myself. I say this to him. There's a big thing in wrestling between, traditional match calling versus in the back or in the ring. And we like to do it natural in the ring because if you are not entertaining and reading that crowd, it's not about getting your stuff in. It's about making sure that those people are going to remember the match, remember the moments, have them laughing with you, have them crying with you, have those gasps and awes. Let stuff breathe naturally. Don't just go spot, 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 spot.
You got to connect.
Yeah, connect with them. Yeah.
People are there to feel something. And if you don't connect with them, you don't move them.
Yes, and they're here to feel the big guns.
Okay, I wouldn't have said that one myself, but hey, so what is next for the big guns? What are the big guns' goals?
Goals? What are your goals? Not just as a team, but as Charlie Knox. I mean, what are your goals?
Well, I've developed a taste for the gold. I won't lie to you. I'm enjoying it. I like walking around with it. I like hitting people in the face with it. It's all good stuff. If I can hang on to some gold, if I could get some more, I like that.
Nice.
Not to be Debbie Downer. I don't know how much longer I have in wrestling. And I would like to see us at least have maybe another tryout or two somewhere major just to say we did it. We've already had one, and that was very nice and very accommodating of them. And it would be nice to see where we could take it. But, yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I would like to see some gold in other places as well.
So, with me being just a stone's throw down the road, where can I come see the big guns? Where can I come and see the big guns wrestle in person?
So there's a few places you could definitely go and see us. So right now, on November the 15th, that's our next one. It's WASP. It's up in Mountain City. They put on a fantastic show. It's always a hot crowd. The more further you go out, you get a lot of old-timey wrestling fans. And I don't mean that in a negative way, like in a good way, because those are the people that bring the heat to the crowd. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So not only that, the big one that really stands out is there's going to be a toy drive show that we're doing here at NetPro. That's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. This is the first year that we're doing it. It's going to be on December the 12th. Everything that we do goes to the Niswonger Children's Hospital in Johnson City, Tennessee, to get in, a toy. That's all we ask, or financial donation. So you can see a $20 show for a $5, $10 toy. No one's walking away with money. Everyone's donating their time, and we want to put on a good show, not only for you all, but the kids. That's the big one that I would like to plug. But also we have the fine folks at Innovate Wrestling here locally in Kingsport, Tennessee. They run here at the Bobby Eaton Arena, actually, at NetPro Studios, 100 Emory Lane, Kingsport, Tennessee. The next Innovate is the
December 27th.
27th, yes.
And they've got some great stuff cooking, man. They're putting on shows that nobody else is putting on. great company and great wrestlers. It's the one to see. It's the one to be at. Also the one to be at is the next day. Same place, same time, I believe. It's the Net Pro Studios Student Showcase. You can see what's coming down the pipe and what's about to be.
Man, that is great. I definitely need to start heading more up north to check y'all out. I'm so glad that Miss Betty told me about y'all.
Love you, Betty.
And my friend and buddy Ricky Morton has told me to bring my butt up that way. It just, life be life, and but I do plan on coming up.
You can find him at Net Pro Studios usually once or twice a month. Wednesdays. He runs training.
Him and Carrie both, yes.
Both of them are such amazing people and so friendly, and especially considering Ricky's status, he could really be an ass, but he is generally a sweet man.
Very giving.
Is there, since we're at that time, this is your time to plug whatever y'all want, give shout outs, put your social out there. This is your time, gentlemen. Have at it.
All right, Chelsea. My name is spelled down in the thing, I believe. You want to find me on Instagram, Facebook, all that mess. It's underscore Charlie Knox underscore. Shout out Pistolas Grandes.
That's it for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you can find none other than Xander Hendrix at Xander.Hendrix at the Instagram, full of awesome gym pictures of me flexing, looking awesome. You're going to absolutely, positively love it. And then if you want to get up off that couch, off that computer, and learn how to wrestle, none other than Net Pro Studios, 100 Emory Lane, Kingsport, Tennessee. I know I've already plugged that a lot today, but seriously, if you're a fan, this is the next step to actually try it and do it, because you shouldn't dream it, should be it.
Do it right.
Yeah, most definitely.
That is probably the best plug I have ever heard for a wrestling school, bar none. And now and with that being said, I have a bonus question is for Xander. And got to know, when are you going to be starting your podcast?
I don't.
It's
I don't know if there'll ever be one. Once again, I love the idea of it. There's a lot of guys that do it. I don't want to be taking money or time or viewers out of you all, because I respect what you guys do. You guys take time out of your all's day to elevate us. I mean, really, we should be thanking you more often than you're asking all these questions and making us sound like superheroes. But really, thank you for having us on here, man. So, yeah.
I appreciate that. But again, the way I look at it, again, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier, we're a team. Y'all are, I look at it that y'all do all the real work, the physical, and the only thing I'm honestly doing is being able to live out my wrestling fantasies because of you all, and I want to help. My biggest thing is helping. If I can get you all 2, 3, 1,000, 1 billion more fans, I'd love to do that. There's so many indie wrestlers that do not get the support, don't get the chance, and don't get the flowers they deserve. I'm big into people getting flowers and being appreciated for what they do, because there are so many people that grind, that you wrestle, you work, it's a lot, and definitely I don't know you all situation, but some guys have to work full-time jobs or two and still find the time to do what they love to do, and that deserves more credit than it is said.
There is a lot of diamonds in the rough when it comes to wrestling. There's a lot of people out there that all they need is that little bit of spotlight to show the rest of the world they are as good as they are. An example I will give of that, not necessarily of one person, but if you go back 10 years and you listen to Colt Cabana's podcast, every person that he would interview every week, these are household names in wrestling fans' homes now. He gave them that time to get their brand out there. And then now you can turn on, WWE and there they are. You can turn on AEW and there they are. High-end indies, they're there. It's just give them that spotlight and let them shine.
Exactly. And it's such an amazing feeling to be able to talk to gentlemen like yourself and have fun, and also educate fans more, because you have those that could have went down the same road you went, Charlie, where you couldn't see it, you couldn't afford it, or whatever, and they're just starting to get into it, and then you never know who you aspire. Listening to y'all stories, like, oh wow, it was that simple or that hard. Okay, I could do that. Or, oh man, now I'm going to start looking for a legitimate wrestling school in my area. So again, my biggest thing is but when I end up leaving this world, I want to wrestling better than I found it. Again, I agree. I love giving y'all spotlight and having fun and just talking with y'all.
That's a great saying. Something, if I may share a quick story. I started wrestling on more of a full-time basis right about the time that my mom passed away. And she said, "Why would you want to do this?" And I said, "I'd rather be on my deathbed talking about all the cool things I got to do versus all the stuff I wish I got to do." Kevin Smith, the director and writer, he said that the world is filled with why. It should be why not. You want to be a wrestler? Why? It should be, you want to be a wrestler? Yeah, why not? There's so many people that you could do way more. You need that positivity. You need that shine. You need, like you said, you do so much for the indie community just by giving us a platform. And thank you.
Seriously, yeah.
I appreciate that. I really do. The biggest thing that happened to me this year, I got put into a Hall of Fame.
Hey,
awesome. Go on.
It was amazing, and at first I didn't want it because I felt like there are so many guys and girls out there that deserved it so much more than me. But then I came to realize over the time and talking to different people that I'm helping and I'm giving. I've put a lot into the business for the short time I've been in it, and I'm very respectful. I definitely do not want to take any spotlight over, again, the guys and girls like yourself that do what y'all do, but I understand and I appreciate it. But again, I want to grow from it. And that's why I'm trying to get out more, trying to see people talk, and just do everything I love to do that y'all do. But I have to do it differently because I'm not blessed with the wrestling skills that y'all are.
I mean, like you're saying, like this is something that all artists should know if you're a wrestler, a musician, whatever you want to be. Most people who are like a little bit, aware of themselves struggle with like some imposter syndrome. And, it takes a while to realize that you belong here just as much as the next guy. We're all human beings. We're all, putting work in, and we're all trying to increase the beauty in the world. And it's ultimately not up to you who likes you, how many people like you. Magic happens. You can roll with it, or you can deny it. You have a better time rolling with it.
Dude, imposter syndrome is way big with me, especially like we were blessed to have a tryout for somewhere. Just the people. I'm I'm just going to shut up and sit down and not look anyone in the eye. Like it was, why am I here? Yeah, and he was right there with me. It's a big imposter syndrome, most definitely.
That is probably the best thing I've heard anyone say. And I think that we all, if you're, like you said, if you're aware of yourself, I think we all suffer from that. And I think it's the best thing to deal with it, understand it, and move forward with your journey. Guys, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all so much for being on the show. Y'all have an open invitation if y'all ever want to come back, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. When you come back, we can talk and see where y'all's journey has taken y'all. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
very glad to be here. We appreciate you, brother.
Anytime. Guys, girls, thank you so much. This has been another great episode with two great guys that they're so good that I still want to punch them in the face, but they're great. Thank y'all for joining me around the campfire. And as I always say, support your local wrestling. You never know what stars of the future you will see. And they need your support. And you get have a great time. You don't spend as much money as the bigger company, especially WWE. You should be just ashamed of your damn selves. But anyway, still love y'all WWE, but that's ridiculous. And also give us a shout out and look to our Patreon page. We have some great exclusive content there that I think you would love. And the money going into that is not just for WSN. We give back. We love to give back to companies in need, for wrestlers in need. We're just trying to do bigger and better things. So again, thank y'all so much, and check me out around the campfire again. This has been Professor Bear, and this has been the Bear's Thought. Y'all have a great evening.